Please make sure you have a pen and paper. Make sure you have your flower essences of Yarrow Environmental Solution, Dandelion Flower Essence, and make sure you have a lavender essential oil, Roman chamomile, and helichrysum and clove essential oils, along with apricot or almond oil, and your 30 ml bottle, right? So you can make our inflammation and pain blend today with us as we talk about how detoxing leads to a happier and healthier life. I can't wait to share this information with you. It's something that has been going on with me for 38 years. I have been doing detoxing and just love every minute of it. Right now, we have a detox group going, and they're all having wonderful results. And I've just seen a couple of them come on. So hopefully, they'll be able to share their experience with you, and you guys will be able to hear it firsthand today. Plus, we're going to have all your questions answered about detoxing today. So we're going to get started in just a few moments here. So sit back, grab your pen and paper, grab these essential oils if you happen to have them with you. And if not, make sure that you write these down so that way then you can make the formulation after the class. Can't wait to see you in this, our dynamic detox. So here are our announcements. At the end of this webinar, you can ask any questions you have about detoxing. You will receive our free video essential detoxer blend for detoxing and cleansing. So everybody who attends will get that. Also, Ruth is going to put in the chat, you can have a free 30-minute call with me to talk about detoxing. You know, if you have any questions about the detox program, so she's going to put that in the chat right now. And sign up for our dynamic detox program. We have 3 options. We have a 30-day, a 10-day, and also a startup detox. Just remember when you sign up for the discovery call that I am 9 hours ahead of California, 8 hours ahead of Mountain Time, 7 hours ahead of Central Time, and 6 hours ahead of Eastern Time in the United States. So if you are in Europe, then I am Central Europe time. So please make sure that you get that call set up so that way you can have any of your questions answered that maybe we don't get answered today. So excited to have all you here with us. So essential detox, how to use essential oils and flower essences when detoxing. This is really important. And I am a registered aromatherapist and a certified flower essence practitioner. So I believe that your health is your wealth. And my grandfather always said, you know, a lot of people work really, really, really hard and make their wealth, and then they have no health. So my goal my whole life has been to have good health and my family to have good health. And so I want to share how I have had this good health for now 38 years. So today we're going to talk about olfactory medicine, which is part of the Lori Hargis method, flower healing. We're going to do some breath work, and we're always connecting the brain, the heart, and gut health, which then connects all the bodies and helps you to have better mental and emotional wellness. Because with detoxing, you have layers that are going to come off. And that's why we're going to show you today how to use flower essences and essential oils, because we're working on many levels when we detox the body. And in our detox program, we always talk about some place where they're going to massage the body. We always have formulations, new formulations. And of course, we'll have some storytelling today about how people have benefited from the dynamic detox. And we hope all of this will help you to be energetic, to be vibrant, active, radiant, and giving. So first of all, let's sit with our feet flat on the floor. And we're going to inhale through the nose and we're going to exhale through the mouth. And we're going to do this 3 times. So let's begin. So now, before you open your eyes, I want you to ask yourself the question is, what am I doing here today in this detox class? Okay. And if you have your pen and paper, you can write it down. And then at the end, you'll see if your questions have been answered and how you really feel about detoxing. Okay. All right. Slowly open your eyes. And I want to ask you these questions. So just raise your hand. Do you suffer from moodiness? Do any of you suffer from moodiness? Raise your hand. Okay. Are a lot of you tired? Do you ever feel tired or exhausted, fatigued? Raise your hand. Insomnia from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Who wakes up in the middle of the night between 1 a.m. or 3 a.m.? Great. If you wake up at a different time, put it in the chat the time that you are waking up, okay? Because we're going to be looking at the Chinese time clock today. So that way we can see what time that you are waking up. Any of you guys have headaches? Raise your hand. Anybody have headaches? We've had people with moodiness, tiredness. We do have some with headaches. How about hair loss? Any of you losing your hair? Any of you guys losing your hair? That's great. No one is losing their hair. That's fantastic. Hormonal imbalance. You can't seem to get your hormones balanced. Anxiousness. How many of you are anxious? Constipated, even though you are dehydrated. I mean, even though you are hydrated, excuse me, I reversed it. Because a lot of times people are constipated because they aren't hydrated well enough. Okay. Weight gain. Have any of you had weight gain? And have any of you felt a lot of anger recently, or you just are angry all the time? How many of you feel anger? And our next one is, does anybody have frustration? Raise your hand if you're frustrated. So far we've hit, okay, frustration. So far we have moodiness, tiredness, headaches, uh, weight gain, frustration. Tendinitis. Anyone have tendinitis? Means your tendons, you have inflamed tendons. Or I should, and also another good question is anybody arthritic? Does anybody have arthritis? Raise your hand. Anybody suffering from gas and bloating? Oh, so we've got one person that is um, arthritic. Gas and bloating. Okay, we have one person with that. Diarrhea or irritable bowel syndrome. Anybody have that? How about acid reflux? Does anybody suffer from acid reflux? Raise your hand. Shoulder and neck pain. Any of you have shoulder and neck pain? Okay, quite a few of you have shoulder and neck pain. Ears ringing. Anybody have ears ringing? All right, we've got one person with that. Water retention. Okay, quite a few of you. And skin outbreaks, irritated skin, itchy, psoriasis, eczema. Okay. And then stress. How many of you have a lot of stress? All right. Well, 38 years ago, I felt like I didn't know what to do. I went to my doctor. I had an outbreak all over my chest and skin outbreak. And he said I was allergic to the sun. I have been in the sun since I have been a very small child. I live in California all my life, and then I moved to the south of France, which is sunny too. So I've always been in the sun, and I had never had a problem with my skin. I had never had any outbreaks, anything like this. And I was 28 years old, and he says, "Oh, you're allergic to the sun. You need to stay out of the sun." Well, we started water skiing when I was 3 years of age, and that was our thing that we did every vacation. So there was no way I was going to stay out of the sun. And we did start having some skin protection things then, but not a lot. And what happened was my dad, uh, he gave me a reflexology treatment for Mother's Day because my mother had been going to reflexology and was seeing a woman who was an herbalist, an iridologist, and also gave a program, right, with food and all the herbs and everything you needed. So I went to her for this reflexology treatment and I asked her if she did iridology, and she said, "Oh, yes, I've been doing it for 10 years. I go, "I want that done." Because when I was at university, one of my close friends there, she had done iridology and had taken herbs and changed her diet. So I was really interested in that. And so she did the program. I did what she said, and she put me on a detox and cleansing program. Within 6 weeks, I had lost some weight that I had started to gain. My skin was completely cleared up. And I just was so much more vibrant. I felt so much better. My energy had come back that I had lost. And my friends and family started asking me what I was doing. And I couldn't stop studying herbs. I couldn't stop studying foods. I would stay up at night and read natural health cookbooks. And my husband even said to me, he said, "Lori, it's either herbs or me. You stay up all night reading all these books and doing all this studying." And I couldn't stop myself. And of course, he wasn't going to leave me over that, but you know how that goes. So, and what happened was I then became an iridologist, a reflexologist, an herbalist, a flower essence practitioner, and also a registered aromatherapist. And it totally changed my life, and it changed my family's life, my brothers, my sisters, their children, and my friends. and then my clients. And so I developed this wonderful detox program that I want to share with you today and also explain to you the reason why you need to detox. So, what is a detox? Why do you need to detox and rebuild your body? What are your eliminating channels? Which TCM organ imbalance cause inflammation and pain? What tools do we use to detox? What are essential oils? How does aromatherapy work with a detox program? Safety precautions, detoxification, what is a flower essence and their detox benefits, inflammation and pain, essential oil and flower essence formulation. So we'll be making our formulation today and how to become a dynamic detoxer and then our Q&A. And make sure in the chat that you click that link if you want your free 30-minute detox call. So what is a detox? A detox program consists of ridding the body of toxins through your eliminating channels while rebuilding the body, rebuilding the cells. You know, you can detox, but when you detox and cleanse, you've got to replenish what you've taken out. This is what we do in this detox program. So why do you need to detox and rebuild your body? The air. We live in very polluted air due to factories, due to airplanes, due to cars. So our air is very polluted. And it depends on where you live. If you live in a farming community like I did as a kid, there's a lot of dust, right? A lot of pesticides, a lot of herbicides that you have to deal with. And this is all in the air. So why you need to detox and rebuild your body? The water. We live now where it's very toxic water. In some areas in the world, there's still human sludge being dumped into the oceans and the seas. And you have lots of plastic that causes lots of problems now internally in the body that is in water. You have pesticides, you have herbicides, you have heavy metals, you have all kinds of things in our water. And this is the reason why in our detox, we suggest everyone drink filtered water because we want you to have the best results in your detox program. And the other is the earth. The earth now, because we've used so much nitrogen, just straight nitrogen, not compost, on the earth literally, water is not penetrating into the earth. And the other thing is what happens is that when this is not penetrating, you're not going to have as healthy of a plant. This is why it's important that you're eating organic foods, you're eating foods that are non-GMO. Because non-GMO seeds do not require Roundup and all these different chemicals to be used on them because they're healthier plants. And the earth then, if it has herbicides and pesticides put on it, especially herbicides, what happens is it gets this cracky top on it like this, crusty film. Not film, crust, I should say. It's not a film, it's crust. And the water can't penetrate again, as I said before. And then what happens is you don't get all the trace minerals that you need from your food. So in our detox program, we only eat organic, non-GMO foods. Another reason why you need to detox is the environment. We're living in a technical revolution. And now people are having challenges with databases that are being built with the sound and it's damaging people internally with their rhythms, with their heart. Also, we have Wi-Fi. I'm on a computer today, my cell phone, right? So we're around all of this environmental toxins that are coming from technical things that we are surrounded by. The Wi-Fi is going through our homes. This is why in the dynamic detox, we ask you to check your home to see if there's things in your home that need to be rearranged before you start the detox. Because we want to make sure that you're getting the most benefit from this, eating organic foods and drinking filtered water and drinking juices. And we don't want all these EMFs, hitting you here, out here, and just damaging what we're doing. So we want to make sure that your home is in the proper way it needs to be to do a detox. And we've got videos and all this stuff that teaches you about this. Another thing is people think, oh, I couldn't be malnourished. Well, it's been interesting when people start on the detox, they say, wow, I don't know if I can eat all this food. And, we're taught to cut calories. We're taught not to eat, this or that because, you'll get fat. And I have never had anyone in my detox program get fat. They lose weight. I've had people lose 50 pounds, 33 pounds, 12 pounds, 7 pounds. I've had people get rid of their allergies, and their allergies was because of what they were eating. It was their diet. And I had some people even tell me, Lori, I had a clean diet. But there was things, because I look at you individually, there was things they were eating that for them wasn't good. It might have been good for someone else, another detoxer, but not for them. So this is why it's important that we look at the food that you're eating and that we get away from junk food. Junk food is on the TV trying to draw you in 24 hours, 7. Potato chips, donuts, pizza. And it's just manufactured food with hydrogenated oils in it, which give you free radicals in your body. And then your immune system has to try to constantly, and if you're not getting enough antioxidants in your system, you're not eating enough green leafy vegetables, and you're not doing your juicing, you are not going to get all the minerals and the antioxidants to go in there, and oxygenate your blood. And you're not going to get all your vitamins, especially all your essential fatty acids, which is A, K, D, E, and F. So this is why it's really important. And this program is all about teaching you what foods work for your body. Okay. And you have plenty of food to eat. I don't believe in starving anybody. I think it's ridiculous. So stress is another leading cause of the reason why you need a detox. And the reason being is stress affects your HPA axis, which is your hypothalamus, right? Your pituitary gland, and then your adrenals. And so you produce a lot of cortisol when you're always like this in fight or flight. So that's what we do is we work on taking that stress level down. And this is the reason why we're using essential oils and flower essences to help you with the stress that your body is going through. We're all going to have stress. If we didn't have some form of stress, we wouldn't move every day. We just sit around like a bunch of thugs. But we have to have some stress to motivate us, to get us going, right? But it's how we handle it, how we learn to work with our stress. And this is why in this class, in this course, or I should say program, why you do journaling. Okay, you take some time. It teaches you to take time for yourself. Because if you don't take time for yourself, how do you take care of other people? How do you help other people? No matter what job you are in, you're doing something for somebody else, or you're at home doing something for your children or your spouse, or maybe you're doing nonprofit work. We have to be able to take care of ourselves so we can take care of others. And so this is the reason why we have flower essences and essential oils in this, along with herbs and vitamins. So how many of you now know the reason why you should detox? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you know the reasons why you should detox. Okay. So a detox program, again, I'm going to say, consists of ridding the body of toxins through the eliminating channels while rebuilding it. It's not just letting, I'm going to say it one more time, it's not just getting rid of the toxins, but you've got to put back in those 55 minerals that you're not getting from your normal food, right? But when you eat organic foods, you can get that. And then we also give you some supplements for minerals too, to make sure that you're not wiping out your minerals, that you're not wiping out your good bacteria in your body. So you have this balance. So what are your eliminating channels? Our first one is our liver. Our liver is our storehouse. So it stores all those essential fatty acids, your A, your E, your D, your K, your F, right? So it's the storehouse, but it also is cleaning your blood. And in Chinese medicine, when the blood becomes stagnant, the liver becomes stagnant. So in this program, we're working on your liver. Then our next one is our lungs. Our lungs are constantly working to get rid of the things that we don't need. So this is the reason why, men cough things up in the morning. You hear them coughing mucus up. Women, it comes out through our vaginal tract. We don't have to do all that coughing unless we have a lot of congestion. And so by us working on the large intestine here, because the large intestine and the lungs are connected in traditional Chinese medicine, when we work on the large intestine here and we get everything moving through your large intestine correctly, your motility is good, then what happens is you don't have as much congestion in your lungs. And lungs can be damaged by a lot of environmental toxins. You could be exposed to cleaning materials. I had a friend, she was pregnant at the end of her pregnancy, and she decided to clean with a lot of bleach. And she wasn't feeling good right before the baby was born, and then the baby was born with eczema all over his body. I mean, the air hit him and he was just eczema all over. So as a small infant, it was my girlfriend from the university, right? She calls me and she says, Lori, I know it's from this bleach and everything I used during the end of the pregnancy when I was cleaning. And so she said, so she brings him over to me and we start giving him garlic and all these things. And you should have seen the worms that came out of him. And his skin started clearing up. And then she took him to a homeopathic doctor. He's now in his early 30s. He's 6'7". He played football at the University of Utah, and he's got a couple kids, healthy as a horse, but he didn't start out like that. But we had to cleanse him as a baby, as a little infant. So we can see how these toxins can really hurt us very easily. Then let's go to our kidneys. We have so many people on dialysis now because they drink so many Cokes, right? Cokes and junk food. And so what happens is the kidney, its job is to clean out things, let it go out through the bladder and pee it out, right? But its also its job is to hold on to sodium and potassium to keep a balance there. So in this detox, you're eating potassium rich foods in this detox to help rebuild your cells and also help your kidney function better. And then our last eliminating channel is our skin. And our skin, if all these other things, liver, lungs, kidneys, and large intestine, are not doing their job, then the skin takes over and tries to eliminate the toxins, just like my body was doing. And that's when you get eczema, psoriasis, all these different skin disorders. And people just, they keep running to the doctor and get a cortisone cream and get this and get that, when it's the eliminating channels more than likely that are blocked up. So in this detox, we're working with all the eliminating channels, and we're opening them up, and then we're also bringing things back into the body to help you rebuild yourself. So what eliminating channel imbalance in TCM causes inflammation and pain? Well, there's other ones, but we're looking at two of them today. We're looking at the gallbladder, and here is the time clock. And we use this time clock in our dynamic detox. So if someone comes to class and they say, hey, Lori, I was awake from 11 to 1 a.m., we know then something is going on with the gallbladder, because the gallbladder releases bile, right? It breaks down fats. It does cellular repair and it builds up the blood cells. So if you're awake between 11 a.m., 11 p.m., and 1 a.m., then you're not giving your gallbladder a chance to do its job. How many of you are awake? Raise your hand between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. How many of you are awake at that time? Raise your hand if anybody wakes up at that time. Okay. How many of you are awake between 1 and 3 p.m.? You get up to pee, then you can't go back to sleep. Any of you have that? Because this is the timing when the liver detoxifies and processes emotions. And it's a great, you need to be sleeping at that time. Okay. And then the next one we have is from 3 to 5 p.m. How many of you are not sleeping at that time? Raise your hand if any of you are having a problem, because that's the time when we detox our lungs, we deep sleep, and we have our dreams and memories. Okay? Okay, so we've got a couple people there. So it's important that we get a good night's rest. And it's important that we get to sleep between 9 and 11. And we start going to sleep, but start getting the idea of going to sleep between 7 and 9. The reason is because of the triple burner here, because this is where our endocrine and metabolic system balancing begins, is between 9 and 11. So the gallbladder and the liver meridian, let's get back to that, are connected to physical imbalances, which are prone to environmental toxins, toxin buildup in the blood, pain in the shoulders, the neck, rib, flank tightness, increase of constipation, IBS, chronic headaches, eye problems, blood disorders, fatigue, insomnia, poor digestion, skin rashes, and hypoglycemia. So we're really focusing in on all these channels, but the first month we're working on the liver, really hitting that, right? So what are the tools we use to detox? We do juicing, we do teas, we do exercises, journaling, organic skincare, essential oils and flower essences, organic foods, hydrotherapy, supplements. Okay, and I didn't change the date there. That's wrong. Our sign up time is by August 28th, and it starts September 12th. So, what are essential oils? We're going to look at how we're going to use essential oils and we're going to make our blend. So, the essential oils are the vital energies from inside of roots such as ginger, seeds as cardamom, plants like thyme, grasses like lemongrass, flowers like rose, resins like frankincense, wood like sandalwood, trees like pine, fruits and peels like bergamot. Each essential oil has different chemical constituents. These chemical constituents give each essential oil its individual properties: antiviral, anti infectious, anti inflammatory, antioxidant. That's what's great about essential oils is they're antioxidant. So they give you oxygen in your blood. They're soothing, cooling, stimulating, energizing, uplifting, analgesic, and detoxifying. These healing energies are used in the practice of aromatherapy for our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well being. So, this goes over just some brief essential oil safety precautions because I want you to know the basics here. Essential oils are powerful and must be treated with respect. They are not intended to take a place of a qualified practitioner. Keep away from children and store in dark glass containers away from light, damp, and electrical equipment. Do not use in pregnancy or with children under 2 years of age. People with high blood pressure, epilepsy, asthma, chronic pulmonary diseases, transplants, and in treatment using drugs for addiction should seek the advice of a qualified health practitioner or a registered aromatherapist. Always do a patch skin test before applying essential oils neat to the skin, and do not get oils in your eyes. Flush with olive oil, not water. And I always suggest anytime you make any blend, whether it's for your face and it has a carrier oil in it, always do a patch skin test. You need to make sure that you're not going to have a reaction. Citrus oils such as bergamot are phototoxic. Avoid direct sunlight after use. So, how does aromatherapy work with a detox program? Aromatherapy works with a detox program by supporting all of the systems of the body: the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. Essential oils aid the digestive system, stimulate the lymphatic and circulatory system, bring a sense of well being by calming the mental, emotional, and spiritual processes that you encounter whilst detoxing, and assist you to combat the stress in your life. So, this is the reason why we use essential oils during the detoxification program: to help you sleep, to help you stay calm, to help you digest better. We do castor oil packs with essential oils in them. So, these are the things that we use essential oils for in the dynamic detox program. Safety precautions and detoxification. Do not detox during pregnancy or when nursing. Seek advice from your health practitioner or a registered aromatherapist before embarking on a detox program. So now let's look at what is a flower essence. Well, according to Dr. Bach, each living plant has inherent original energy pattern. Flower essences are liquid potentized preparations like this, carrying a distinct imprint of the character of a particular flower that addresses your imbalances mentally, emotionally, within your soul, working through your energy field to help you let go of your habits, addictions, and patterns. And what happens is when you detox, some of your old habits come up, and you might kind of say, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Well, flower essences energetically can help you with that to make the changes easier, so it's more harmonious in your energy field. To obtain the original energy pattern, flowers are placed in a glass bowl, as we see here, and put in the sun for 2 or 3 hours. The sun infuses the energetic pattern into the water, thus it's called the sun method. Then the other method is where you put the flowers, leaves, and twigs are picked and boiled in a spring water for half an hour. Our flower essences today that we're using are yarrow, pink yarrow, golden yarrow, arnica, echinacea, dandelion, and they're made by the Sun method. So let's see how flower essences benefit you when you're detoxing. Release emotions that are built up in the body. So a lot of times we hold on to things emotionally and it causes us a physical problem. This is what Dr. Bach said. He said, no matter what I do, because he was a physician first, if I cut out their gallbladder and, I give them medication, they still are upset. They're still not feeling the harmony and joy and happiness. They still have a problem. So they're still in this diseased state. So this is a reason why we work on the emotions as we're working in the detox program. They rebuild, they help you be more resilient, they protect us from toxins re-entering like the formulation we're using today, help us alleviate pressure, friction, tension, stress, pain in all of our bodies, our emotional body, our astral body, our physical body. Our detox flower essence are yarrow, pink yarrow, golden yarrow, arnica, echinacea, and dandelion. And this is a general tonic strengthener to help the individual meet technical and environmental challenges in the environment. This was made when Russia had its first nuclear plant went boom. That's what this formulation was made for. That's why there's also sea salt in it. Okay, so it's really great. It strengthens your immune system. It's for those who are prone to allergies and chemical sensitivities or other forms of immune dysfunction. During or after times of extreme stress, especially experiences which seem to shatter or tear apart the core sense of your identity. So if you have an emotional shock, what it does is it pulls you back together. As for those with pronounced sensitivity, which especially affected when traveling, or maybe, you have problems in large groups, or maybe you're the kind of person who gets sick every time you get on an airplane. And you're like, I felt good, but every time I get on an airplane, it's because you're sensitive. You're sensitive. So sometimes, and it's very helpful to have this with you when you're traveling. This is a great formulation. Also, when you're tense, you're rigid, or you're stiff, especially in the musculature of your body, you can't move easily, right? Because you're overstriving, you're hard driving, you're sitting at that computer and you're going to get it done, or wherever you're at, you're going to get that done. And then your body just starts getting all tight, right? Because you're overdoing it. So that's why you use this formulation along with dandelion flower essence, which we're going to have in our formulation next. So here is our formulation: inflammation and pain. How many of you have ever used clove essential oil? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if any of you have used clove. Okay, great. All right. So I've got clove here. It's just beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 drops of clove in my little beaker here. And remember, when you make a blend, you always make sure you have the hole here where the oil comes out, but then above that, you have a little air passage in the reducer. And you always want to make sure that little air hole is above that. So that way you get your drops come out easily and effortlessly, right? So we're going to see if this one's going to come out for me easily and effortlessly. Let me see, we got 1, there we go, and 2, there we go, perfect. All right. Well, clove, as we know, has been used for a very long time in dental care. It started off people just putting a clove bud on their tooth when they had a toothache. And clove is antibacterial, antiviral, but it's also anti-inflammatory and analgesic. So that's the reason why we're using it in this pain formulation. The next one is helichrysum, one of my favorite essential oils for pain and inflammation. And it's got this honey, dried flower aspect, right? It's so nice. And we're going to do 4 drops of that one. And that one was a quickie. That dropper is fast. Then the next one we have is Roman chamomile. And I really enjoy Roman chamomile a lot because you have this apple aspect to it, this sweetness. And chamomile is so calming, isn't it? How many of you have used helichrysum? Raise your hand. How many of you have used helichrysum? Oh, quite a few of that's great. How many of you have used Roman chamomile? A lot of you. Wonderful. Because it's so soothing. It opens up the center of us, doesn't it? And brings us to our center is what Roman chamomile does. It's anti-inflammatory and it relieves body tension. So let me grab here and let's put our 6 drops in there. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. And then now let's take our lavender essential oil. And this is the essential oil that got me going in aromatherapy because it helped my son with his stuttering. It's relaxing, it's anti-inflammatory, it relieves the body tension, and they're all antibacterial. And, you know, they just, essential oils are just so beautiful, aren't they? And they're so helpful to us. So let's add 6 drops of this beautiful lavender with its sweet smell. You see here. We got to get 5, 6. Whoa! Look like I maybe got 7 on that, baby. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our 4 drops of Yarrow Environmental Solution, which is what we just talked about. And this is the one that will strengthen and protect you against toxic environments. You're going to do 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there. And then we're going to do our dandelion flower essence, which is for relieving muscle and body tension and gives us this physical dynamic energy and expressive life force, inner ease in work and play. I just love dandelion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your little stir stick here. You're going to mix all those things together like that. And we make different blends each week. When a detoxer comes on and says, hey, Lori, this is going on with me, we'll change the flower essence blend, the essential oil blend. And that way they are always, we're adapting to their body, right? Well, now what we're going to do is I have already put 30 ml of almond oil in here. And I'm going to add my essential oil and flower essences to it like that, right? Now it says in a roller ball, I was out of roller balls, so I just have an amber bottle to put it in today. And then you're gonna stir it up like that. Make sure you get your essential oils and your flower essences into your carrier oil well. And then you're gonna pour it into your amber bottle or your roller ball. And it smells really nice, you guys, really nice. Yeah, that is nice. Put your lid on it. And then again, if you want, you can roll it between your hands. Like that. And then what you're going to do is you can take it off. And I'm going to pop out and then I'm going to do it like this. And then what you can do is you can put it on the back of your neck. You can put it on your shoulders. And you can put it on any area where you're having inflammation or pain. And contraindications: do not use in pregnancy, do not use with or lactating, or do not use with children under 6 years of age. Pregnant and nursing women and children can use the flower essences in the blend. And you can massage it on like that and it will work because the flower essences, the dandelion and the Yarrow Environmental Solution will be very beneficial to them with their pain. So that's something you can do with a pregnant woman, right? And if it was a pregnant woman, what you could do is you could use carrier oils like arnica. I have calophyllum here and arnica. So if you wanted to replace the apricot or the almond oil, you could also use calophyllum or arnica. Now, things like this, we also make castor oil packs out of too. So you could make a castor oil pack out of this too, and you could apply it to your knee, or to your shoulders or to your neck or to your rib cage also. So let's go here. And how many of you made the blend with me? How many of you had the goodies to make it? Because I know you didn't get like a little thing. So, well, I hope that you all get to make it when you get home tonight and you have all your goodies with you. So I have a detox booklet that has all kinds of formulations in it. And it's got liver formulations, kidney formulations for all the eliminating channels, lots of different formulations in it. And it's all for detoxing. And if you don't live in the United States, then we will send it to you by PDF file. Okay. If you live in the United States, we will mail it to you. And it is, you guys, we have had a big storm here and it is so humid that I'm having a hard time. I had to turn the air conditioning on. Wow. Okay, so let's look at the benefits of detoxing. Reduces inflammation. Most of everything a doctor tells you is an itis, arthritis, tendonitis, right? So it's really important that you detox your body to get rid of all that inflammation because itis is inflammation. It will improve your sleep. You'll have better digestion. You'll have efficient elimination. You'll have weight loss, healthy hair and skin. You'll reduce your pain levels, relieves hot flashes, PMS. We have people in menopause and their menopause symptoms are going away. You have a clear mind. You have the feeling of well being, and it will help you relieve yourself of eating disorders. A lot of people found out that they had eating disorders once they got into this. They didn't realize that. They did not realize that either they were starving themselves or they were overeating at times and eating certain things or hiding when they were eating, stuff like this. And they found that out and they were able to get through that. So it's really, it's a great program. So here are some dynamic detox testimonies. Carolyn Simpson says, I don't have pain anymore since being on the dynamic detox. Kathy Saller, RN, I had a work accident that hurt my neck and shoulder horribly. The dynamic detox helped decrease the pain from it. I now function better in my everyday life. So I think a couple of detoxers are on here today. So Michelle, can you talk? I'm going to unmute you in case you can.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. So could you tell everyone how the dynamic detox has helped you?
Tremendously. Let's see. When I started, I was premenopause and going straight into menopause, and I've used herbs and oils and flowers and for years, but it was just not regulating like I wanted to, and I knew I needed to do something, and that's when I signed up for it, and it helped me understand more my body, what I ate, what affected me, and I feel like me again. Because we know as women, when we hit the pre and the menopause, we think we're going cuckoo. So it literally helped me balance that out now that even when I have work stress or things like that, I don't allow it to get it to me. It's like I can process it. I have my flowers right there. I hit them real quick and everything goes smoothly. But it has helped me a lot. It has just better digestion, better bowel movements, emotions. It's been really, really good. One
And
of
you're
the best detox I've ever done. Huh?
and you're
I,
swelling in your ankles.
correct, correct. And I've continued. I stayed
Yes.
on after the 30 days.
Yes, that's the thing is we have a dynamic detox plus. So after the 30 days, you can be like Michelle, Kathy, the other detoxers, you can stay on. And usually the detoxers stay on because they feel so good. And it's a way for you to be accountable to the other people in the detox group. And also, to have someone there to help you, guide you along the way. So thank you so much, Michelle, for being in the dynamic detox and continuing on.
Thank you, Lori. You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So let's see. I think Kathy's on here too. Kathy, can you come on? Are you somewhere where you can come on?
I'm here.
Hi, Kathy. Uh,
Hi, everyone. Hi, Lori.
Could you tell us how the dynamic detox has helped you? Because you've done this quite a few times with me.
Yes, we started a long, long time ago, and not just a couple months. I've detoxed with Lori for multiple detoxes in multiple years. And I think that how long was the longest one we did, Lori?
It was like almost 18 months.
Yeah, day in and day out. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And Lori offered another one, so I came back with the beginning of this one. I have, as Lori had said, I had an accident at work and an injury, and uh, it ended my career actually. And then I had ablations on my neck of 4 cervical nerves every 9 months for multiple years. With the detox, I have not had those ablations for 5 years between the chiropractor and the man that does myofascial stretching and myofascial release. Then I was re-injured in a dental procedure in my neck for taking a bridge off, and my neck was re-injured. I have a flare up with that. I've had it since last November, but I am coming along. I have not had any ablations. I've not had any hard drugs. Nothing. I've used oils, flower essences, detox, and chiropractic Superman who does the myofascial stretching and release and craniosacral massage.
It's wonderful, Kathy. You are such
Yes.
a trooper. And the thing is that's another thing is you do the dynamic detox, but also if there's like where you need to see a chiropractor or you need to do this, everybody is there to support you, to help you through that. And Kathy has helped the other members to see what things that they could do to help themselves. And because Kathy was a dialysis nurse, we
Among other things, among other kind of nurses.
um, she was during our long detox. We had one detoxer who had to go in for surgery because she had stuff wrapped around her kidneys. And so she had to have surgery. And we had our coaching call, and she called us from the hospital and was telling us some things about her legs, how they were aching and things. And Kathy gave her some exercises to do while she was in the hospital bed because she couldn't get out of the bed. And so this is the kind of thing is everybody is helping each other. And I think Kathy and I want to thank you so much for helping Robin that day. That was really sweet and
Oh,
wonderful.
well, thank you. It was my pleasure.
And thank you for being the dynamic detox.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So let's see, here are some of the results of our detoxers. These are rope worms here. This is gallstones, and some gallstones you'll see will be very green or very blue. And this is thread worms. We've had red worms. We have all kinds of things that come out of people. Don't be afraid. Uh, and Ruth is our I say our team biologist. She goes out and searches. If we can't figure out something, we send Ruth out on Google and she starts looking at the pictures and trying to find that. Maybe this is why one of your daughters is a biologist, Ruth. Let me see what she said here. Can you guys see it? Yeah, the slides are still there. All right. Okay, we have a couple questions here, and we'll get to those here pretty quick. So this is some of the things that people pass. So now let's look at the program. We have 3 options, so that way everybody can start detoxing in some way. So this is a very safe, healthy, and positive way. I provide responsible guidance for a better, healthier, and happier life. Get ready to meet the new, happier, and healthier you. We have a 30-day, which includes videos, PDFs for diet, shopping list, recipes, menus, juices, teas, hydrotherapy, supplements, recipes, specifically tailored for each participant. You have a 1-hour health consultation with me, and you have 13 1-hour group coaching calls, plus you have 5 bonuses. The second one is 10-day dynamic detox, includes videos, PDF files for diet, shopping list, recipes, menus, juices, teas, hydrotherapy, supplements, recipes specifically tailored for you. And you have the 1-hour health consultation, and you have 7 1-hour group coaching calls plus 2 bonuses. Then the third one is the startup detox. It includes a health questionnaire you fill out, and then I give you a 30-minute consultation to discuss which part of your body should be detox and cleansed to start your detoxing process. Detox plan with supplements for you to use for 1 month and a 30-minute follow-up call. Okay? So now let's look at the 30 days. You need to opt in by August 28th because it starts September 12th. And we need to make sure that you have everything that you need. So again, it's the PDF files, the videos, you have everything there. And you have 5 bonuses. You have the 1-hour call. You have 7 lively calls, coaching calls every day with me for 7 days. So we always start on a Saturday. We go till Friday. Then we have another one on Monday. And from then on, it's on Mondays 3 more times. Okay. So you've got a 10 calls. I don't know why I had 13 calls on the first one, but whatever. I made a mistake. Then we have we have a private Facebook group. So if you have questions or want to talk to the other detoxers on the days, and we have a WhatsApp group chat. Okay. So that way you can ask me any questions anytime. So the total value of all the videos and PDF file is $2,405. And then you have the 10 coaching calls. Excuse me, that is wrong, not 13. 10 coaching calls, which is $1,375. The 1-hour individual call with me is $175. And these are the bonuses. We do a skincare routine. All right. So I teach you how to do a skincare routine. We have journaling, we have elimination exercises. So there's Kundalini yoga exercises that I teach you to do. We have a thing on composting, and you get my essential detox booklet. The total value is $4,492, but right now, till Friday, it's $497. Okay, so raise your hand, put it in the chat to Ruth. You're interested in that. Then we have the 10-day one, okay? So the 10-day one includes the videos, the PDF files of all those wonderful things, a tailored call with me. You also get a TCM tongue diagnosis, which is in the 31 too, okay? I just didn't stick it in there. You have 7 live daily group coaching calls with me every single day for 7 days. And then you have 1 live weekly group coaching call to finalize it. Okay. The Facebook group, also the group chat, and it starts September 12th. Your total for all of the things, the video and the PDF files, is $2,450. Your 7-group coaching calls is $962.50. And your 1-hour call with me is $175. Your bonuses are $162. And then you also have the journaling. You do have the journaling for 10 days with us, okay? But the exercises and all the other things, no, if you do the 10-day. And we've had some people, what you can do is you can sign up for the 10-day. And then if you want to continue, like the rest of them always do, most of our 10 days always go for 30 days, unless they're going off on a cruise or something like that, right? And so the total value is $3,704.50, and it's $397 until Friday. And our last is our startup detox program. The value is $497. You get a 1-hour individual consultation with me, including tongue dialysis. I'm on dialysis. Diagnosis, which includes detox supplements, essential oil blend. All right. And that is $497. And for a limited time, it's $97. So put it in the chat there if which one you're interested in. We would love to have you in the Dynamic Detox program. And let's go to your questions. So here we are. Let's look at the questions in the chat. And oh, they're up above. I think I saw one up here. Okay, yes. Here is one from Cherry. She said, I live in a rural area and don't have access to flower essences. Where can I purchase them online? I'm going to stick it in here. It's www.fesflowers.com. That's where you can purchase all the flower essences that you need for the detox program, which will be the yarrow when you start and the dandelion. Okay. And I see someone has asked, oh, and Janet says she lost her AC. Okay. Ruth has put the things in the Sept link for you guys to get signed up for that. She's also put the links in here. And then I have one more question. Oh, okay, so Cherry said she's interested in a startup because she's going to be in Italy for 30 days. See, this is the kind of thing. So great. She's going to do the startup. That's fantastic. And then let us know. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask right now. This is the moment to do it because, oh, I see when we just had one pop up. This one is about you do need to do food prep, okay? But we teach you how to do that. All the recipes are there. So you even have a menu for the first 7 days. And you have exactly the amounts of food that you will need to purchase. So it's all done for you. You will have your call with me before. So that way, if there's anything that we need to tweak or change, we can do that. That way you can get your supplements ordered. And if you're living in Europe, and we will adjust that because right now in our detox, we have Brenda, she's in Denmark. And so we have adjusted all of her, to things that she can find in Europe. All right. And you also can order these flower essences in Europe too, because if you go to the flower essences site, flower essence services, you will go to where they have distributors and you will find a distributor in your area, more than likely, from South America to Australia to Europe to the United States to Canada. So in that way, you will have your flower essences. All right. The other thing is I see someone's asked about juicing. Yes, there is juicing. However, if you have certain challenges with blood sugar, like Kathy, she doesn't do juicing. So this is how we adjust things, right? And then after we're done with the initial 7 days, then what we do is we put you start gradually each week, starting adding other foods that you weren't eating, depending on your blood type. Okay. Then I'm also looking at your tongue. I'm also looking at your tongue to make sure to see what is going on in your body because we're using traditional Chinese medicine. Okay. For that. And oh, I see someone said the exercises. If you can do the exercises, we modify the exercises for people who can't do the exercises. But these exercises have been known to help for centuries yogis with their skin and their elimination. And this is the reason why we do these certain exercises. Okay. I see another question. It is, we did the supplements. Oh, and what we'll do is when we have our talk, we'll make an essential. They said, what about the essential oil blend? We will do an essential oil blend. I will make you a formulation that fits you and what's going on with you. Okay. So if I feel like you need a castor oil pack to start off with, a massage on your feet, if I feel like you need a foot soak, whatever it is, we will discuss that and that will be included in it. Okay. All right. So it starts September 12th, 2026. That is on a Saturday. And we go for 7 days. Every day we have a call and it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so if you're in Europe, that's going to be Central Europe, it's 7 p.m. If you are in California, that's 10 a.m. All right. And if you can't make it because you're at work, everything is recorded. You just send me a message via email, send me the picture of your tongue, and tell me what's going on, and I will email you directly back. And you always have the recording to hear. And then also you will have my feedback on what's going on with you. Okay. So just so you know. So that's why we start on a weekend so people who work can get going. And then if they have any questions during the week, you can go in our group chat, you can go on our Facebook, or you can send me an email. It's that simple. You need to sign up by August 28th to reduce your inflammation, improve your sleep, have better digestion, efficient elimination, weight loss, healthy skin, reduce pain, relieve hot flashes, PMS, and like Michelle said, help you with menopausal symptoms that she was having, clear your mind, feelings of well-being, and relieves eating disorders. So let's go back. Are there any other questions real quick before we go here? Oh, here's one. No, I don't see that. And let me go up here. Oh, Kathy says detoxing is totally worth it for improved health and wellness. And Kathy says she's laughing about Ruth being our team biologist. Okay, well, I don't see for any further questions. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here with us today. And please make sure that you sign up as soon as possible. That way we can get all the information out to you and you can get going, get everything organized, and then we can see you on September 12th. All right. Detoxing leads to a happier and healthier life. And don't forget to resent. And Ruth said she'll be doing her very interesting role for Lori. Don't forget your essentials. Use your common sense. Au revoir.